Welcome to Strength Palace with Addy. Today we're doing battle ropes. If you're lucky enough to have some allergies. So for our first battle ropes exercise I want you to try, we're going to try an offset squat. So this is a great way to work your squat and your obliques at the same time. You're going to hold this rope out in front of you. Try and get it as tight as you can while still having a little bit of slack and a little bit of weight. And we're going to just do our squats here. Going to get a little bit more tension and feel that tension pulling you towards the anchor. You're going to resist that. Just like with a pull-off press, this is an anti-rotational exercise that engages all those core muscles, transverse abdominis, obliques, all of those low back muscles. Woo! And squatting for 5. My body really wants to turn towards that anchor, but I'm not going to let it. You're going to feel this light up your shoulders, light up the biceps, light up your grip, everything. Good. Make sure you're at a right angle to your anchor because you want the line of force to be directly lateral to you. All right, next, we're going to grab both of these battle ropes and we're going to come down to our mat. This is a really good way to add a little resistance to our core exercises. We're going to keep the knees bent, heels on the ground, toes up, and we're going to do some Russian twists from this position. Make sure you have a little bit of slack in the rope because you want to be able to bring it all the way over your knees. Think about bringing those ropes all the way over to the other side and then all the way over to this side. You can make it harder by getting closer to the anchor because then you have more rope that you have to deal with. Keep those arms together, twisting the whole body so you're looking over to the other side when you get to that side, and then looking over to this side. So the cool thing about battle ropes is that you can use them not just as ropes, but also as a weight, or as a cone, or as a band, like we did with the offset squats. So before we get into more traditional slams, let's try a few other alternative ways we can use our battle ropes. So a nice way to use these also is just as agility markers. We're going to start by just getting some hops to either side, and then we're going to in-out step on the way back. Back to hops, in-out step. Use those arms to help you here. Keep those feet together for your hops, and then keep them nice and light for your in-out step. Then you're going to switch and reverse that motion so you can get both on each side. So we'll do our hops, in-out step. Don't worry if this doesn't look perfect. Don't worry if you trip over the ropes. It doesn't matter what you look like while you do this. This is another great alternative if you don't have a jump rope because it's just hopping and you can do it for free. All right, last thing I'm going to show you today is 3 really simple slams that you can do with your battle ropes that are a lot of fun. I would recommend doing these either Tabata style, so 20 seconds on, 10-second off for 4 to 8 times, depending on how used to a Tabata workout you are, or you could do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So you can really make up your own times here. I'm just going to show you a few of these. So what I want to do is anchor myself to the ground. So you want to keep that slack here. It can be really tempting to pull those ropes back toward you, but you want to keep the slack there by leaning into them. And then we're going to do nice, slow, easy waves. if you want something a little bit more powerful, you can work on bringing them up and down, and then you'll need a lot more slack in those ropes. But I would say if you're just getting started with battle ropes, keep them low and easy. See how just my arms are working here? The rest of my body is nice and anchored, and my arms are nice and floppy and loose, just like the ropes. I'm not muscling my way through this. Whew. It'll get ya. It'll get ya. Yikes. Now, an alternative to doing your underhand grip is to doing an overhand grip, where you grab the rope straight up and down, and you do that same movement. This will work your forearms a little bit differently, maybe your biceps a little bit more. Feel out which grip feels better for you. Our second battle rope wave is going to be the alternating waves. I think we're going to use that underhand grip here again, and keeping the ropes nice and low. We're going to think about shooting power down the ropes and trying to hit the anchor. So imagine trying to get those waves all the way to the end. Okay, last battle rope waves we're going to do. I've heard this called snakes in the grass, or you can just call it side-to-side wavies. That's fine too. And the goal here is to keep as much of the ropes on the ground as possible. So you don't want to be doing it from up here. We want to get nice and low, and we're going to just go side to side. Keep those ropes low. Woo! Can you see me kicking up some dust? This is honestly the worst yard to do ropes in because I have no grass. Keep it nice and low. You can get down into a lower squat to do this. That way you're using your full body. All right, guys, go ahead and try those on your own. See if you can run it through 2 to 3 times, or set a 15-minute timer. See how much you can get done in those 15 minutes. This is Strength Palace with Addy, and I will see you tomorrow.